Dear students, we have already covered the 3 chapters fully of your second term examinations, such as chapter number 8, rocks and minerals, chapter number 9, solids, liquid and gases, chapter number 14, our environment. Now I would like to start the new chapter of your second term examination, that is the chapter number 11, light and shadow. This is the page number 111. This is the chapter number 11. The name of the chapter is light and shadow. This one is the 4th chapter of your second term examination. This is the module 1 discussion, and the different topics of today's discussions are: number 1, we have to know the meaning of light. What is light? By providing the example, what are the different sources of light, such as natural sources and the artificial sources. By providing the examples of the different sources of light, we have to learn about the incidence of seeing the objects or the things. How do we see the things or observe the things, and the different properties of light. This is the last topic of this discussion, such as light can travel from one place to another place. We have to learn another feature of the light, that is light can also travel in straight lines, and we can easily prove this statement about the light, that it can travel in a straight line, by following this activity. And the final property of light is that light is made up of 7 colors, and we can easily observe the 7 colors in the rainbow, and the formation of rainbow in the sky proves that yes, light is made up of 7 colors. Up to this, we will learn through this module number 1 of this chapter number 11, light and shadow. The first thing about the light is, what is the meaning or definition of light? We can say that light is something that helps to observe or visualize any object, or we can say light is the energy that helps to visualize any object. Now, what is the example of the light? We have heard the term photosynthesis. I hope you all have heard the term photosynthesis. It is the process of making the food, and we know that the greeny plants can prepare the food, and the process of preparing the food is called the photosynthesis. And we also know that the process of making the food, that is the photosynthesis, uses the energy of sunlight. This energy of sunlight is used in the process of photosynthesis by the greeny plants to prepare the food. And in this food, which gets prepared by the process of photosynthesis, a form of energy is stored in the food, and this form of energy that is stored in the food is called the chemical energy, and this chemical energy that is stored in the food is also called the light energy. Hence, we can say the sun that absorbed or stored in the food by the process of the photosynthesis is called the light energy. And in order to observe the different things around us, such as looking at the tree, looking at the sky, or observing any other objects, Light is the only energy that helps to visualize us. In absence of light, we cannot visualize the objects around us. Therefore, we can easily say that yes, energy is one kind of, light is energy, light is one kind of energy, and it helps to visualize the things better. Now, what are the different sources of light? Mainly, there are two different types of sources of light. Number one is the natural sources of light, and another one is the artificial sources of light. Now, what are the different examples of the sources of light? First, we have, before providing the examples of the sources of light, we have to know the meaning of the source of light. What is the meaning of the source of light? The source of light is said to be something that gives off light. I repeat again, source of light is said to be something that gives off light. Now, what are the different sources of the natural light? For example, sun is the natural source of light. Stars are the natural sources of light, along with the glowworms. This one is the glowworms. These are also the source of natural light. Now, what are the different sources of artificial light, such as the candle or the electric bulb? These are the different sources of artificial light. Now the question is, how do we see the things? We can see the things only in the presence of light. I repeat, we can only see or visualize the things in the presence of light. But the incidence is called the reflection of light. Through the reflection of light on the surface of any object, the object is visualized through or by our eyes. The main reason for seeing or observing the things better is the incidence of reflection of light. The reflection, the incidence of light, the reflection of light is responsible only for visualizing the things. The absence of the reflection of light results blurred vision, or it leads to the cause of inability in visualization of any object. Reflection of light helps in visualizing the things. Now the question is how? Let's say this is the source of light, and from this source of light, the light rays gets fallen on this book, the surface of this book, and this fallen light rays on the surface of books finally get bounced off, and through the eyes, the object in the presence of light gets visualized. This is called the reflection of light, or the incidence of reflection of light. When the light falls on book, a part of it's bounced off, and when this bounced light falls on the surface of the eyes, we can easily see this book. And this incidence of reflection of light helps us to visualize any object. I hope the incidence of reflection of light is clear, and it helps to visualize anything around us. Now, what are the different properties of light? The first property of light is, it is very important that light travels from one place to another place. And light may also be get restricted by the barriers. Let's deal with the first statement, that light travels from one place to another place. Let's say when the switch gets on in the dark room, the whole room is filled with the light. This incident proves that the light travels from one place to another place. The another example is the sunlight from the sun travels in all directions and reaches to the earth, the stars and the moon. This diagram shows that light travels in all directions. But if you notice that in this diagram the light rays partially gets restricted by this table lamp. This is the front portion and this one is the back side of the lamp. In the front portion of the light, there is no barrier or restriction of light. Hence, the light is clearly visualized in this front region of the lamp. But in the back region of the lamp, we can easily visualize that there is the darkness. And why there is the darkness? Because of the unavailability of the light source or the light rays. And this portion in which the light rays partially get restricted by this backside portion of the light lamp. This pictorial diagram easily proves that yes, light may be restricted by the barriers, and at the same time light travels from one place to another place. The another characteristic or property of light is that light travels in a straight line always. I repeat, light travels in a straight line always. We can easily establish this statement by following the activity. I'll explain this activity in later. First, we have to know the meaning of rays. What is the meaning of rays? The meaning of ray is the thin beam of light. All kind of rays are called the thin beams of light. In this diagram, you can easily visualize the thin beams spreading or propagating in all directions, and these thin beams of light is called the rays of light. Now, how can we prove that the light travels in the straight line? Yes, we can easily prove. Let's say this is the candle, this is our eyes, and this is the plastic tube. Now, if the tube is placed in a straight way, we can easily visualize the light of the candle through the eyes in the tube. But if the tube gets bent, then we cannot see the light of the candle through our eyes. The main reason is when the tube gets bent, the light of the candle is displaced from the eyes. But in the straight tube, the light of the candle is not displaced from the eyes. Through this observation, we can easily prove that yes, the light easily travels only in the straight lines but not in the curved or bent lines. Now, there are two questions in this activity, that can we see the light of the candle through the straight tube? Answer is yes, but through the bent tube we cannot see the light of the candle, because that light always travels in the straight lines. That's why we cannot see through the bent tube the light of the candle, but we can easily see the light of the candle through the straight tube. Now, what is the meaning of the rectilinear propagation of light? First, we have to know the meaning of propagation. What is the meaning of propagation? The meaning of propagation is the transmission of light. The transmission of light is called the process of propagation of light. Now, what is the meaning of the rectilinear propagation of light? The propagation or spread of light in a straight line. It is called the rectilinear propagation of light. The last important feature of the property of light is made up of the 7 different colors. What the different colors are, such as we can easily memorize the 7 different types of colors present in the rainbow or the sunlight. These are: number 1, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. The mnemonic for these 7 different colors memorization is the word VIBGYOR. Through this mnemonic we can easily recall the different name of 7 colors present in the rainbow or the sunlight or the sun rays. Now, yes, definitely we have seen the rainbow present in the sun is present in the sky while the raining. Generally, the rainbow is seen after rains in the sky, and the incidence is when the sunlight passes through the the raindrops. It gets separated into 7 colors. I repeat once again. The rainbow is usually seen in the sky after the rain, and when the sunlight passes through the raindrops, then the different 7 colors present in the rainbow get separated into, such as violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. And we can use the mnemonic word VIBGYOR for memorizing this. Then we can say that yes, the formation of rainbow, it is the proof of light, that light is made up of 7 colors. Therefore, we can say that the white color, it is actually made up of how many colors? By 7 colors. And the formation of rainbow is also seen in the water drops of fountains. But the condition is the sunlight must fall on them at a certain angle. The sunlight must fall at a certain angle on the water drops of fountains. Then the formation of rainbow can be easily visualized. In our next module, module 2, we will learn about the different types of objects. Thanks for watching this video.